TikTok. It's new and shiny, but should we be there?
So does it make sense? That's the question. Welcome to the We Are Slam Show, where we share best practices, insights, and ideas to help your business grow. My name is Tyler Kelly. I'm here with my co-host, Michael T. Johnson, and we are the co-founders of Slam Agency. And today we're in our beautiful Miami location, and we're going to share with you, we're going to answer the question, is TikTok the next big social media network, and should you be on it?
Now, in marketing, we hear a lot about these new networks popping up, and is it a good opportunity for us as businesses and brands? And a lot of times when I do that search, I'm just looking in the App Store to see what's new. And a lot of times it takes enough energy just to make sure like Facebook and Instagram and like the standard networks have all the content you need. So do you really need a new one? And you may have heard about TikTok. You may have heard a lot of talk about it. If you have kids, they're probably talking about it. But does it make sense for you as a business?
So for the people out there that have no idea what TikTok is, or they've heard about it, but they just, they're not really quite sure what it does. They haven't downloaded it to their phone. What is TikTok?
Yeah, so TikTok actually started as a different app that was about like dancing to music. And then they made a pivot and they turned into TikTok. So it's basically just a video sharing platform. It is highly kids, like 2/3 of, I shouldn't say kids. That's the wrong thing. 2/3 of the users are like 25 and under. So very young. And lately we've seen a lot of growth on that platform. And actually most of that growth is in China because it's a Chinese company that owns it. But in the US, they're like upwards of 30 million users a month.
Which seems like a lot.
Right, but it really isn't. So if we consider, like everybody says that Snapchat is dead, Snapchat has 80 million users a day still, and people are not going to Snapchat because they say it's in decline. So it's on the up. There's a lot of money being spent by advertisers and brands to like kind of, and the company to kind of like prop it up and make it the next big social network. But is it really going to be relevant? That's the big question. And we usually have to ask this question, is it going to be relevant? Because a lot of times we see influencers, we see like content creators and people that like, I hate to use that term influencer, but that's like people that are famous just for being on the internet. A lot of people flocking to it because they think there's an opportunity to be famous on that network.
So in the influencer world, the idea is to get to a network first, grow the audience as fast as you can. That way you are, the number, top 10, top 20 on that particular network. And if that's your business model, then, run with it on TikTok and whatever the next platform is. And, that's good for brands too, right? So a lot of brands, when I say brands, I'm talking like Ralph Lauren, NBA, Wimbledon, like, the big brands that are spending money everywhere, they want to be on TikTok too, because it's just another place to drive awareness among people. Right.
So anytime you have a new network, you have more users than content. And this is really the big draw for most people, is that you get a ton of organic reach. And I actually think maybe the reason that more people are on TikTok is just because organic reach has gone down on Instagram. Instagram may be the main reason that people are going to TikTok. But I don't know. That's just an opinion that I came up on the spot that wasn't in there. But so in general, if you're still wondering how the app works, because it's tough to understand unless you spend a bunch of time in it. So it's a video sharing app, so you do just that. A lot of it's music driven. So you share things that are like hashtag talent challenges. You do music duets with people. There's a lot of dancing. As someone who is in their 30s, a lot of it seems really weird to me. I've not seen anything that I wasn't like embarrassed for the person on TikTok. It's
really?
It's that kind of app.
Pretty cool stuff.
You've seen some cool stuff?
The earthquake and like some of that Avengers style effects is pretty cool.
Yeah. But it's very much like a young, not sure understanding what people are doing crowd that's on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. My kids love it.
Yeah. So.
And they're 10 and 8 and 2.
So does it make sense for your brand to be there though? And that's really the thing you have to answer is it's new and shiny, but should we be there?
So does it make sense? That's the question. And think about it like this. Here's a perfect analogy. Should you be on Nickelodeon, right? As a brand, as a local business, as a small or medium-sized business, should you advertise on Nickelodeon? And think of it in the way that Nickelodeon has a very specific audience. TikTok has a very specific audience. If you can say yes to that audience, then you should definitely be on TikTok, invest in TikTok, invest in creating content on TikTok, trying to build relationships on TikTok. If you can't say yes to that question, then you shouldn't waste your time at all, because then you're just chasing the shiny object, which is, what happens a lot of times as marketing directors, marketing managers. You want to bring to your board or your CEO or your director, your director above you. You want to bring like these new, hot, fresh ideas. But the thing is, a lot of times you're just going to spin your wheels and you're not going to get any traction because you're in the wrong place in front of the wrong people for your brand.
Right. And we all love the new hot, fresh idea, but is it effective and does it get a return on our time and investment? And that's really the question.
So you might be saying, Tyler, Michael, I need to grow my audience, and TikTok, because it's new. If we can put some cool content on there as a brand, then I can grow my traffic, my audience. And the thing to keep in mind is it's not always about likes, follows, the people that are following you on TikTok. If they're not your customer segment and they're not going to end up, advancing your objectives in terms of like revenue generation or expanding your footprint or your message, then at that point you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to invest in the wrong audience?
Right. That's a good point, because a lot of times people love to chase those vanity numbers. It's the same thing on Facebook. It's the same thing on Instagram, where if you have a lot of likes, but that doesn't mean you have an engaged audience there. Yeah.
So what do you do when there's a new hot network and you've decided, because you've actually run the numbers, you've looked at the demographics, you've decided that it's not the right network for you? What do? You
should definitely get an account or get a user ID or whatever the new network calls it. Definitely take ground with your name. It's the same as getting your domain name and all the social networks with the same name on it. Get your name on there, maybe even play with it and test it. It's worth at least playing with so you have an idea. But like we said, does it make sense to invest a lot of time and money?
Not unless you're a big brand, retail, sports, something that's going to be benefited from gaining market share from that demographic, from that audience that's on TikTok. Now, Michael brings up a good point. Secure your name. Because TikTok's already pivoted once. If they get bought out and, a bigger audience starts to come over to TikTok, if they continue to gain momentum and you didn't secure your name, then you're SOL, because someone's going to grab it. And then when the time comes that you really do need to put some energy and investment into TikTok, you're not going to be able to do that with your brand name. So secure your name on as many new networks, including TikTok, as you can, knowing that the time to engage and create content on those networks is not right now, but that just in case the time is right in the future, you'll already be there.
So thanks for watching. If you have any questions about TikTok or any other network, we're always testing and playing with new things, so we can give you our best analysis. If you have a question you'd like to ask, if you thought this was helpful, share with a friend, give a comment, rate and review it on whatever network you're listening or watching on. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you like what you just watched, subscribe, then hit that bell. You'll be the first to be notified when new content goes live. After that, you can watch more videos from Slam Agency. We've picked something we think you'll love.